Hello and welcome back to another episode of my Manga Boys Unboxing. Um, Now, the aspect ratio of this month's unboxing is going to be weird because I forgot to change my phone's aspect ratio. But look at that, we got the Banjo-Kazooie Winter Freezy Peaks theme song playing here, so it's amazing. Here's Hero Tale of Arslan. Sorry, I got distracted with Banjo-Kazooie. It is a manga by the creator of Fullmetal Alchemist, which is becoming pretty popular in Japan, so you really can't go wrong with that, except for the fact that they're probably going to re-release this and it's going to be sweet, just like the Fullmetal editions. This manga is, like I was saying, super popular in Japan, and it's based off of a popular novel as well, which is probably also helping the sales of it too. So here's Shield Hero, number 14. Rising of the Shield Hero for America release was a little bit controversial, apparently, but I really liked it since the beginning. I was reading it since it was coming out, just online on fan scanlations, and then once thinking it was never going to get transferred over because of all that stuff in the beginning, that's caused the controversy, and it actually did, to my surprise, get brought over. I really never thought I'd see the day. I really love this series. I think it's pretty interesting and cool. It's one of the isekais that, it was towards the beginning of the isekai surge, and it just kept taking off with the light novel, manga adaptation, and anime adaptation. I prefer to read just manga adaptations. I know that light novel adaptations, are always the best way to read things or experience the story, but I really can't read that that well. I can't read and imagine the story at the same time. I can only read it and then afterwards think about it. My brain just doesn't work that way, I guess. So I typically like to base the story off the mangas whenever there's a light novel adaptation. But in any case, the main story is based on these four heroes that are chosen from a different world. Although they're each chosen from a world like our own, they're not chosen from the same world. So there's these little differences in all their worlds. And they actually all hate the shield hero because he's tricked into, he gets everything robbed by him. This girl thinks that, well, she doesn't think. She tries to make everybody else think that he actually raped her. And despite him never doing that, she also robbed him, and then because she accused him of that, of course they throw him in jail, and that girl ended up also being the princess, and so is an even bigger crime, and his word is even less merit. However, it slowly kind of unravels that the reason why the shield hero is kind of kicked out is because they need all four heroes to work together in order to defeat the main villain, kind of thing. But of course, since the shield hero is so ostracized from the rest of the group, they don't really work together very well. The covers to the shield hero is like that Viz Media kind of quality. I've never heard of this publisher, One Piece. I don't know if they're a fan of peace and love, like Trigun, or if they just like One Piece, the manga One Piece with Monkey D. Luffy. I know I like that. Anyways, they have a few different publishings, including the reprise of the Spear Hero. The Spear Hero is the biggest doofus in the Rising of a Shield Hero, but he slowly becomes more likable. But he's just such an idiot. He can be kind of annoying when you read the Shield Hero in the beginning, but you end up growing to love him. And this is the last of the anime, I believe. The anime actually might have gone up to the island, they might have gotten to the island, but it's around volume 8 that I believe the anime took a pause, and then season 2 is going to start soon. And season 2 should be good. I actually read all the way up to the point where they got to these turtles, gigantic turtles, if anyone was curious, without spoiling too much about it. So I feel decently far, but not super far. That's the Spear Hero on the right there with the long blonde hair. One of the cool things about the shield hero is he can change his shield depending on what skill he manifests. And one of them is a cursed dragon, which is really cool. That causes his rage to go crazy. He also has a girl that kind of turns into a chicken or a chocobo. And that guy on the right is like a badass. He wields a scythe. He's also a different kind of hero, but I won't spoil that one. He's part of an instant group. That penguin suit is actually a swimsuit for diving, which I thought was the funniest thing in the world when I saw it originally. But probably not too funny these days, I'm sure. Let's see. I think that's all the shield hero here. Let me just double check. Yep, so another Heroic Legend of Arslan volume. I like the Heroic Legend of Arslan. They actually remind me of the Full Metal editions a lot, except in paperback format. I like manga volumes when they're white, especially from Kodansha, as Kodansha tends to have a cheaper quality printing. The spines typically get a little damaged and things like that. I don't know why Kodansha is like that, but it definitely is. This is Eden Zero. I'm all caught up on Eden Zero. So it's pretty much that the main character is raised by robots in a rundown Disneyland, and he is trained in ether gear, which is like this manifestation of the universe. His is gravity, and so he can change the gravity of the area surrounding him. It's better than Fairy Tail in my opinion, because it's not just based off the main character's strength, and the main character doesn't just get randomly stronger like Natsu used to. He has his limits, and at least so far he does. And I mean, that could easily change, but I really like that guy in the middle there. He can like upgrade technology, and so he can build things and everything. It's part of his ether gear. So he's a super good scientist, and it's really cool to see the kind of technology he comes up with. And for the superhero, you can see a guy in a superhero costume kind of shows up there. And it's pretty neat. It's definitely worth a read if you were ever a fan of any part of Fairy Tail, and definitely if you were a fan of Rave Master. Here's Kino's Beautiful Journey, or Beautiful World. This anime was really popular when it came out. I actually didn't ever watch it myself because I don't know. But it's something that I really wanted to get into, and I have a hard time making time for anime. I tend to have always more room to read manga, and I feel like the art in this is pretty good, though I think the anime might be the better way to actually view this. The motorcycle is called Hermes, and it travels around with Kino, getting her place to place as she explores the beautiful world. I really am not exactly too sure about the exact concept of this manga, but I really can't wait to get into it since I've heard so many great things about it. And I think Hermes is like the coolest name for a motorcycle, so I'm pretty much all in with that alone. I like to ride hype trains, So this was actually on sale on Right Stuff in a few package sets, which is the whole reason why I got it. The beauty of the Right Stuff holiday sales and the other sales is that if you have a manga that you're kind of interested in, you can really go all in without spending like crazy amounts of money. I think each bundle was around $20 to $30, and I was able to get up to, I believe, volume 8. And so, that's not so bad, at least in my opinion. So, yeah, I like it a lot. I really like the lighter color volumes here. Vertical Comics, you might not know, but recently got purchased by Kodansha. Vertical Comics, I don't think typically has such a bad quality to their manga spines and such, but I kind of worry that they will now. But I do like how the spines have the varying colors, like this one's purple. But yeah, it seems like it's going to be an interesting read, really, if for nothing else than just to kind of see the world, which is, I think, the point of the manga. I know this is a shocking revelation, right? So there it is. Now you get kind of like a lighter pink. Yeah. That's a cool car. It's interesting that all the stuff is actually getting printed in Canada nowadays, in my opinion, in new ways. Alright, this one's more of a greenish one. Oh, or is it purple? Volume 6. I really like how, so you can read a little bit of the description there. I like how each one has a little bit of a quote there. Let's see, do I have one more Kino's Journey? Nope, that's it. So this is Blood on the Tracks. I've actually never read, excuse me, anything by Shuzo Oshimi. So this is going to be an interesting read for me, I'm sure. I'm going to hate it and I'm going to get flamed on the internet for it. Do people even use the word flamed? I don't even know. Anyways, I mean, it looks like it's pretty decent. I understand like the very basic concept because I heard if I get too far into it, then I'll kind of spoil it for myself. So I don't really want to do that. But pretty much it's about an overbearing mother and then something happens to the kid. I really have no idea what. But that was pretty much the basic premise of it. And, you know, looking at this doesn't seem to spoil anything for me. So hopefully it doesn't ruin it for anyone else either. I think this is going to be the last one I show, Blood on the Tracks Volume 2. You know, it's the same kind of deals before. Blood on the Tracks 1 and 2 were being deeply discounted during the sale, so I figured I'd pick it up since, you know, Flowers of Evil is super good, and so what the heck, right? There was a Flowers of Evil sale too, so I got that as well. In any case, I'll see you guys next time. Of course, these are blank because YouTube doesn't allow this to fit my aspect ratio, so that they don't let me use these, which is really sad, and I didn't know that when I filmed it. Anyways, bye!